Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Why Are So Many Single American Men Refusing to Come Back from Colombia? Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode of our show on your social media to help get the word out. Now, let's get started. There's a new phenomena out there in the single world for men in America. Many of them now believe that dating life in America has completely collapsed and turned against them. They don't like the way they're being treated when they're single. They don't like the way they're being treated when they're married. And they certainly don't like the way their divorce courts are routinely trying to destroy their lives with draconian decisions against them. In some places like California, the courts are now routinely forcing men to pay child support for children that DNA tests have proven are not theirs. The court's logic is that they would prefer that the man pay child support for a baby that's not theirs, rather than have the state of California support a child that is not theirs. And it gets worse. It used to be that when single people would meet, they would date and get to know each other better over time. Not many millennials are even dating anymore. They hang out in social groups, and then they break off from the group occasionally for some recreational, non-exclusive sex, and then they go back to the group. Why does this matter? Why should anyone really care about whether or not people date or engage in exclusive relationships anymore? It matters because non-exclusive relationships mean that they don't really care about each other. They don't really care about the other person. They're just there for the recreational activity of the day. The person they sleep with is just that day's recreational vehicle. That's all they are to them. So what are men doing about this? Well, a lot of them are traveling abroad to Costa Rica, the Philippines, Brazil, Colombia, and other countries with cultures where the women respect and value their men. And in doing so, they try to improve the quality of their man's lives. And what are these guys finding out? Many of them are so stunned by the great way the women down there treat them that they'll go back repeatedly and then suddenly decide not to come back to America. They'll stay down there and build a life in that nation. They'll start dating a stunning woman who treats them so well that they could care less about returning to the U.S. In fact, many of the women they meet down there, they don't want to go to the U.S. They want the guy to stay in their country. We'll tell you something else that's really interesting. If an American single guy has the ability to do his job remotely, and he does go down to South America or some other friendly culture, then the odds of deciding not to come back to the U.S. go up dramatically. All he really needs to stay down there is a great internet connection, a cell phone, and a beautiful girl to remind him of how much better off he is in her country than he would be by going back to the U.S. In fact, I know a growing list of single guys who've gone to Costa Rica or Colombia several times a year, and they just keep working there remotely and enjoying their lives. What's amazing is the change that I see in them after they live there or vacation repeatedly. They start smiling again. They start enjoying their lives again. The women they date or settle down with down there value them so highly that they treat them with great respect. The men, many of them, for the first time in their lives since they were teenagers, have begun to have fun. And if they're retired and they're collecting a pension and they don't have to worry about work so much, then they go to some of these countries and so much pressure is lifted from their shoulders that the quality of their lives just rises dramatically. Here's something else that's very interesting. In America, very few people respect the elderly. But in countries like the Philippines, the elderly are treated with great respect. In fact, when children greet the elderly, they do so by touching their foreheads to the elderly person's forehead to show them a little bit of love and a lot of respect. When the elderly person gets in line at the grocery store or at the DMV in the Philippines, then the security guard will walk up to them and escort them to the express line so they don't have to wait as long. That's the sort of thing that improves the quality of lives of senior citizens in those countries. When an American retiree gets treated this well, then they lose even more interest in going back to America. So what many of them decide to do is to go and live where they're treated best. And oftentimes that means somewhere other than the United States. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.